Okay, then. Take two. Oh my god, that was funny. I was like, oh, okay, no intro for us today.
Hilarious. Oh, that was so funny.
That was perfect.
Were you watching? Did y'all see that?
Maybe you didn't. Just catch the replay. Don't worry about it.
Perfect start. Perfect start to this crazy week. I don't know about you, but this week went by so fast.
Yeah. Well, it was a short week for me because I was off on Monday, but because I was out of town. But yes, it was even faster week.
So fast.
Angel was briefly on that trip with me.
Just rude. I am so sick of my friends going out of town and leaving me. I'm here. I don't have any children. I don't have any responsibilities that aren't on my calendar every day. I'm just saying, if you say go, my bag is always packed. It's packed. It stays packed. There's a carry-on bag that stays packed. There's a backpack that stays packed. There's a car bag for overnight trip that stays packed. I need the suitcase can be easily adjusted to reflect the season. We're in the new season, so let me switch out the summer clothes.
Yeah. But where we were, you could have brought your summer clothes. But it's funny.
See, you telling me I was already
she video called me, and here I am in a t-shirt and skirts. She's got a scarf on and a jacket. And she's like, what, where are you? Because I'm dressed like this and you're not in the same climate, obviously.
Hi, I'm Angel, and I am routinely neglected by my friends. They
Believe me,
I have money. I can pay. They just don't want to take me anywhere. I don't understand.
She's not giving a guilt trip at all. Not at all.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. I apologize. I've been battling a migraine all day, as you could probably tell by my eyes. They're very, very tired. My migraine has shifted from both eyes to now this one.
Oh, like the cartoon?
Yeah. It's like one of those, like, it started out gradual and then it just kind of like kept going. And I'm like, all right. So I couldn't even coach my speech kids today because I was like, I can't do it.
Poor piece.
So I came home, I popped out those contact lenses and threw these on. And I'm like, okay, the show must go on. Let's do this.
I'm sure they understood.
Yeah, they did. I have a great group of kids over there. So anyway, how you been?
I'm doing all right. I'm currently trying to process the fact that the leaves are coming off of the tree.
That's what happens in fall.
Very, very soon, these trees are going to be naked and colorless.
I know.
And
that's sad.
This is my favorite season. So that means I have to be the color.
Yeah, there you go.
And, I have to step in and pull the shades out of the season and make
Absolutely.
sure people remember that we are not at Christmas yet, even though holiday music started 2 days ago.
Listen, it's been on. All right. I turned it on when I came back on Tuesday.
I
I
have not.
turned it on. I am
I
planning
was
to
waiting
put
till the
up my
weekend.
listen, I'm planning to put up my tree on Saturday because quite honestly, my schedule is going to be so busy for the foreseeable future on Saturdays. I'm not going to have time to put it and Sundays because I'm directing a Christmas play at church
Mhm.
too.
Oh,
So I'm not going to have any days off from now until winter break.
I understand.
No rest for the weary. So I'm like, it's now or never. And I can't do never because for some reason these past few years, every time I'm hearing Christmas music, I get a little joy in my heart again, like back in the day when I was a kid. And I'm like, what is
We need
this?
that. We need
What
that.
is the is this the Grinch heart growing three sizes? Stop.
Listen, whatever
Stop.
it takes.
So
We had breakfast with the Grinch last December.
oh well that's fun.
I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. I gotta find something. I gotta find something big and festive to go to.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be
Big and festive.
funny.
I went to. I know I'm gonna say the name wrong. It was in Homer Glen. I went to a pumpkin festival in
Oh
Homer Glen
fun.
and
Nice.
walked the entire festival. Took the hayride and um, talked to the animals and pets and
Mm,
things. And
nice.
took a whole bunch of pictures. I need to post. It'll be a late post that I need to put up. So
Mhm.
I got my I got my feel, and then I hung out in Naperville with Jocelyn last week, and we were chatting by the river walk, and I saw all the colors. And
I love that river walk.
I
It's
took the
so
long
pretty.
ride. I took the long way home, so I saw everything I needed to see. It gave me what I needed. So I
Yeah.
got my road trip bug out with seeing the trees because I saw a lot of stuff. So at
Good.
least 2-3 days last week, I was fully immersed
There you
in the
go.
colors of this season. So
There you go. I love
mhm.
that. Maybe maybe just maybe once school is out for winter break, we can plan maybe a trip to Brookfield for the holiday lights. No? Not interested? Okay.
We don't go outside in the snow.
Okay. Let's wait to see if that even happens
Well, you're
because
right. If it's nicer weather, I will consider. I've never done that. I've never been to
I
Brookfield
haven't
to the zoo
either, and I
lights.
always wanted to.
I would
So
love to go to. I'm gonna say it wrong. I know I'm gonna say it wrong.
what?
I can't even get it. Never
Christina Mark?
mind. I'm gonna mess it up. But it's a big field pasture lights. The Morton
More oh, the Morton Arboretum?
Arboretum. There you go. There you go.
Oh, we could
That
do that. We could do
that
that too.
that I
Or
would that
that.
I
I've
wouldn't
never
mind.
done that either. But that's
See,
outside too, ma'am. Just like the
it
zoo.
has to be on a day where there's not a windshield of negative anything.
Okay. I'm
We'll
game.
consider that. Let's figure
I've
that out.
always wanted to go there because every time we drive by and they've got the big
Child, I've
things
never
and the
driven by. I couldn't even tell you where it is. That's why I couldn't say
really?
it.
It's in Wheaton. It's in Wheaton. It's not far from Naperville. We'll go.
Wheaton,
We'll go.
Wheaton is
I
beautiful.
yeah, we could do
Now that
that.
would have been nice
I'm
to
up
see
for
in the fall.
that. Yeah.
Wheaton is
I'd
beautiful.
be up for that.
Hmm.
So what you drinking? What's in your cup? What's in your mug?
Maybe you should ask. So, because of the season, uh,
Mm.
we have moved from tea
Oh,
to
cider.
hot apple cider. I know this whipped
Wow.
cream is confusing you, but this
A
is
little
hot
bit.
apple cider. But there's a little recipe I found, and this is apple cider courtesy of Mariano's.
Okay, Mariano's.
and it has a little orange flavor, a little lemon flavor, a little juice.
Okay.
There's a cinnamon stick. There you go. There's a cinnamon
There,
stick in
there's there. That makes
there.
up for the whipped cream confusion. You got the
And then the
cinnamon
whipped
stick.
cream. I don't know. It was like a recipe for old fashioned hot apple cider, and the whipped cream was supposed to be drizzled with caramel. I didn't have that, so I said, let's just go for it.
And how is it? Is it good?
This is a creamy delight. Okay, I don't know what the whipped cream is doing, but people put milk in tea, so I don't know.
That's true. The British put milk in tea. Yes, that is very, very
Oh,
true.
that is so sweet. I don't know. I don't
You
know.
don't need, you're sweet enough.
I don't know. Oh, and my mug, courtesy
Yes.
of Kusanya Cafe, uh,
Oh, yay.
who I visited
Didn't you
pretty
have an
much 2 weeks
event
ago.
recently?
I usually have events at Kusanya Cafe, and
Right,
there will be
right.
an event scheduled at Kusanya Cafe.
See
So I
what we
popped
did
in for
there?
lunch and ended up talking about booking the show. So I'm gonna do something with my title, with my platform, with some other pageant queens at the top
Okay.
of the year. So it'll be
Love it.
a V3, but it'll be a little different. It'll be a little twist
Okay.
on it. So
Okay.
that's what we're going to be doing. And then I'm rocking my coping skills alphabet shirt because I had to
Okay.
pull
That
out
says
something for
coping. I'm
mental health.
literally sitting here thinking it said cooking skills
Coping.
alphabet.
I had to pull out something for mental health, and every letter of the alphabet has something
Okay.
to do. Ask for
Yep.
help.
Yep.
Belly rubs.
Belly rubs are great.
Count to 0 or 100.
You know what else? Back scratches. Back
Do
scratches are also great.
do something creative. Eat a healthy snack. I'm just gonna give you A through E. But yeah, there's a tip for it. Oh, it goes all the way down. There's a tip
I mean, all the way
for
back.
every letter of the alphabet. I
Love it.
thought that was pretty cool to wear. I saved this shirt just for
Not
us.
just for today.
Just for
I
today.
love it. I love it.
What are you
I love it.
sipping?
My usual. My
They need to
my
just go
usual.
ahead and
They just
sponsor,
Yogi just needs to sponsor us at this
please.
point.
Go
That's all
ahead.
I drink. My immune and stress. So um I was a little mad because when I'm stressed out or my body is trying to not get sick, I get an ugly ass cold sore on my lip, my bottom
Um,
lip. And so last week I was like, nothing was tingling, but I saw something trying to rear its ugly head. And I'm like, I'm going on a trip and I'm going to be taking pictures. And I thought it was going away. And then sure enough, just right when we got there, and I was like, really? In all of my pictures? And now it's gone. And I'm like, and now I'm not going anywhere. And now here we are. So, but,
which is why we need concealer and foundation ready
um,
at the helm.
but my tea bag today says, be kind to yourself. And that's wonderful advice. You should. And my coffee mug, in honor of the trip I was just on, is of my favorite trip mug.
And which chipmunk is that? Because
This would be Dale of Chip and Dale, because Dale's got the red nose. Okay.
never
Chip.
knew.
Well, Chip is Chip because his nose is supposed to be a chocolate chip. And then
I have
Dale,
learned something today.
I'm just saying.
Never have
And
I
then,
known that.
and then
Wow.
Dale's got the red nose. So Dale and I had a very sweet moment on Saturday, or no, Sunday when
In
we were
person?
there in person.
Ah, okay.
It was great. We went to I'm going to tell you because I love telling the story. So we went to a character breakfast because Vic wanted brunch, and I'm like, all right. I was able to get last minute reservations at one of the character breakfasts at Disneyland. Best character breakfast I've been to in my life. So my T-shirt is because Dale was Chippendale Rescue Rangers, and Dale was dressed as Magnum PI. He's the Hawaiian shirt. Okay, so it was light blue.
Tom Selleck.
And we know Tom Selleck is way finer than Harrison Ford. Anyway, that's not the
His
point.
mustache is legendary.
List. Okay, so I have my shirt on. It's him in that, and it's got like hearts and stuff. And then I had my ears that my friend, one of my work colleagues and friends, got for me. JMO, shout out to JMO. And it was like one of those build your owns. And so it's like one side was Dale, one side was Chip. So then Dale comes over, and I got up and I was like, bring it in, bring it in. And he looks at my shirt and he's like, doing this. So I put arm in arm. So I go over and he walks me over to Chip and he's like, because they can't talk, but he's like, look at her shirt. Like, that's me. You suck. And
Wow.
then he walks me through the restaurant slowly. Then we go outside. He takes me over by a little bush. And I still have it. He picks me a little
Took you
leaf
by the bushes. Not
by
you
the bush.
killed me. Where's Vic?
Listen. He put some
He
picture.
allowed this shenanigans to
He
play.
did. He took pictures of it too. And he picked me this little leaf, and then he walked me over to this other flower bush and got down on one knee and picked this beautiful flower for me, put it in my hand. Then we walked back in, and then we were taking pictures. He gave me a kiss on the cheek and all of this. It was wonderful. It was like the best 10 minutes of my life on that trip. And so then at one point, then we're eating or whatever, and I had my back to the window, and Vic's like, look behind you. And he's in the window like this. And then I went like this, and then he put a half a heart against the window, and I did the other half. It was a beautiful moment. It was a beautiful moment, and it was all with. See, we're a cute couple. Anyway, but no, that was great.
My friend.
Yes, cheers. Cheers. That's your story, your Disney story for the day.
Amazing.
Yes, that was a highlight, even though, as I was telling you the story, half the leaf fell into my tea. So now I'm not sure I want to drink it, but I'm just like.
It's extra herbal.
It's extra herbal. Yeah, sure.
You'll be just fine.
Yeah. We'll take a sip and see how we go.
Well.
But yeah, so that was that. And that was fun, and it was much needed. And yeah. And now I have a migraine.
Okay.
But that's all good. We're here.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to try to scoop out some of the remnants of the leaf.
Try to strain it. Strain
the extra leaf that just kind of fell in there. Not part of the tea. Anyways. Oh, and then I saw just by accident, by happenstance, that it's National Nachos Day today.
How did I miss that?
How did I miss that?
I went to
Wait a minute. Like, what you mean it's National Nachos Day today? I don't have any nachos. Yeah.
And I was at Wendy's. I could have went and got some nachos.
I'm telling you. So.
Yeah. Well, here's a fun story. So I went to the Wendy's, and I'm in the drive-thru, and the AI server taker starts talking. You know, you usually hear a voice, automated, whatever. And then when they finish talking, is, welcome to Wendy's, how can I help you? No, this voice was, when you're ready with your order, please go ahead.
Oh.
And I was waiting on someone to say something.
Yeah.
And finally said, hello, go ahead with your order. I was like, oh, no.
I swear.
It was accurate.
I'm just saying, I feel like we're not going to exist soon, because I feel like the world is being taken over by AI. That's really scary, actually.
I remember when they put the kiosks at McDonald's a few years ago, and I was like, I'm looking at a person at the register. Why would I go to the screen? I'm gonna walk up to the person. That's what I'm gonna do. And then a few months ago, we were in Portillo's and Crestwood, and it was the same thing. Kiosks at the door. And now I was like, no, let me walk around.
The kiosks. So because there's a secret menu now, if you got the Portillo's perks and you go to the kiosk, you tap on the little dog, and it pops up a secret menu items.
The same ones they email you about?
Maybe. I don't know. Because I think.
But if I see a human being, I'm gonna go and talk to the human being. I'm not gonna stop at the screen. That's just me. Is that anybody else feel like that? If I see the person, I'm going to the person. I'm not gonna...
Honestly, it depends on the day for me. Sometimes, because here's my problem. Okay. I am usually so indecisive on what the hell I want.
You need to stand there at that screen.
I need to
not
stand
bother
there.
The people.
Exactly. Then I have so many modifications.
Oh,
it's like, you know what? It's just easier for both of us if I just toot. And
I'm the same with the modifications, which is why I was surprised that Wendy's was correct. When I got it was correct. Although for some reason I'm always missing barbecue sauce, and I have to dig in the bag and then tell them
You
I need
forgot my
barbecue
sauce.
sauce. And there's always somebody in the background. I said I put it in there. No, you didn't. I'm gonna do that survey. They put that survey on their receipt for a reason. Every time I come in here, you tell me it's in the bag and it's not in the bag. One time I had to go inside
Oh no, you
after
have to get
she
out of
told
the
me it's in the
car.
bag. I had to
Oh
get to the car. I was
no.
missing nuggets and barbecue sauce.
Oh, that's a big deal.
You
I
just told
mean,
me it was in the bag. It's not in the bag.
you
I
lied.
had to get out my vehicle.
You're like, this defeats the purpose of a drive-through. If I have to get out of my car
Because if
because
it was just sauce, I got sauce at home and it's better than yours, I'm sure.
I'm
But
sure.
the whole nugget box. Okay. Anyway, has anything helped or challenged you this month in your self discovery?
Oh Lord. Yeah, my trip to Disney helped me. Um, just to get away. um, in some sunshine.
Yes, me
And
outside. That would be
being
my help.
outside.
I was
Yes,
outside, so
because it's now or
nature and
never.
you got that right. Nature
Because
and
once it starts to get cold, outside is the last place I want to be.
although I have been known to walk a trail when it's cold
Well, good
in
for you.
boots, because I need to clear my head and get outside. But
Mhm. Yeah.
I would rather walk a trail in the crunchy snow than be in the gym on somebody's treadmill not going nowhere.
Mm,
I
that's
don't like
understandable.
that. I don't like standing in one spot and pretending like
Mm,
I'm moving. I need to actually move. So I've never done treadmill.
understandable.
Elliptical, yeah, and it still gets old.
Elliptical gets
I'd rather take a
boring.
class. I'd rather take a
Yeah.
class. That's why I was in
Yeah.
Zoom, but my teacher left and then I disappeared. So
Oh God.
we can Zoom at home now.
You know what I wanted? What I've always wanted to try, and I gotta find a class. The ones that like where you're suspended,
The
like those
aerial
the
yoga.
aerial. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
kind of want to
See,
try that.
I have seen your butt and
Did you say you
I
seen
would
my butt?
advise against
Are you
um
saying my butt's too big?
there's a thing called gravity um that works against people like us who are well endowed. Okay. It is
Like
more of a
that's
challenge. It's cute when you're in the room until you realize you're the last one still trying to get into the position that everybody else is. But yes, you need to try it at least one time to say, oh.
oh, my booty was not made for this.
That's
That's funny.
fun. Speaking of new classes, I did try a new class. I did 4 weeks in a row of pelvic floor Pilates.
Oh, and what does that entail?
It was very challenging. Um, I think the first class, it was like, I know these moves, we do this in
Yeah.
springboard, we do this in reformer, I've done this in therapy, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, the next morning I woke up like, did I just have surgery again? I
Oh
felt like
no.
I was recovering all over again. I'm like, obviously, I've used muscles that I have not used
Oh boy.
since then. And
Wow.
it was a Monday morning class at 9:30. I will never do that again.
Oh, that's early.
9:30 wasn't bad, but Monday at 9:30, it's just
Yeah.
something is wrong with
Something
that.
about Monday.
4 weeks in a row. A lot of people who are trying to strengthen their pelvic floor, strengthen their um, deep abdominal muscles, or strengthen other muscles that are down there, think that doing Kegels is something that is helpful for them. But the
No.
truth is, what we
Eagles
really
don't
need
do
to
nothing.
do is
Mm-hmm.
relax our pelvic muscles because we walk around tense and stressed and upset. And I'll add to that, how many years have we walking around holding our stomachs in?
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that either.
So your
You're not
muscles
supposed to
are
do that.
always engaged. Oh, fight.
Clearly, my dogs want in on this.
Our muscles are always engaged. We're always on edge. We're always wound up. And that was one of the things that the class helped me the most with, relaxing breathing, deep breathing, stomach breathe, belly breathing,
Yeah.
B for belly breath. Um, that was something I was not expecting. I thought we'd be doing a whole lot more engagement, and a lot of it was relaxing those muscles and then engaging and relaxing those muscles. So yeah, 4 weeks
Interesting.
of that. Um,
Oof.
I'm glad I took that experience. I will not do another 9:30 class on Monday. Um, so I went
Yeah.
I went back to my usual springboard Pilates. That's what I do 1 day a week, and every now and then I'll throw in a extra stretch and recover class or extra modified mat or reformer. I'll throw something in. But yeah,
Okay.
that was my new thing for October. So
All right. Well, that's nice, and it worked, and it felt the results,
hmm
which is good because sometimes, what do they say? No pain, no gain.
mm-mm.
Huh.
We're no longer subscribing to that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
We're living soft girl life right now. I'm not looking for nothing painful.
Life is already too painful.
Exactly. Why would I want more of that? So what's in your cup right now?
Oh, really? It's a full cup.
Full. Your cup
It's
is
full. My
overflowing.
cup overfloweth. My cup
Mm.
overfloweth with things, but um, my cup is just full of all the tasks, all the things that I was stressing out about earlier, like a few months ago. Now it's all starting to happen, but um, I'm trying to give myself a little grace. It's
Mm.
not working very well, but I'm trying because I'm just like, I'm starting to now realize more and more that, okay, I I don't have bandwidth. Like, bandwidth is my word of the year. I'm using that a lot this year. Like, I just don't have the bandwidth. It's funny. And this is going totally probably off topic, but it's fine. We're cruising today. But so my love language is quality time, right? And it's hard to find those moments of quality time because I'm staying so busy, right?
Mm.
And then it's like, when I have the time to have that quality time, sometimes it doesn't happen because though, you know, whatever. But then other times I'm just trying to recharge my battery. And then when I'm doing that, I feel very guilty because I'm doing nothing. So I'm like, that balance has been a real struggle because
Mm.
I go, 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 go till I have nothing left. And then when I finally get a moment to just do nothing and recharge, and I don't know about you guys, but it's taking longer and longer for my battery to recharge.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true.
And then I feel guilty for trying to recharge because I'm
hmm
not doing anything productive.
hmm
But I am, just not visually, internally. Yeah, you know what I mean? Anyway, like I
mm
said, I went totally off topic. What's in your cup?
Um, I don't know if this is. I don't. I wanted to say the word nesting, but that's not necessarily appropriate. I don't know. It's cozy season. I'm ready to stay inside. You
Mm,
know me.
yeah.
It's time to bake. It's time
Hmm.
for Hallmark movies.
It's
It's
time
time
for apple crisp.
to cut.
It's time for rum cake.
Yeah, yeah. It's time to cut these lights off and candles at night. It's
Hmm.
time to switch the decor up. We got fall in here. Okay, it's time to switch it over. I'm ready to hunker down. Hibernation.
There you go.
ready,
Hibernation is
I'm
it.
ready to hibernate. That's what's in my cup right now. I am ready to be still. But the problem is, I feel like I should be doing so much.
Mm.
Feel like I should be doing so much. And I had a few panic moments over the last month. It was like, okay, we're running out of money. You know, I think
Yeah.
maybe I need to do something else. And then there was more money, and it was like, okay, we good, we good. We good. It was like, oh wait, money's getting low. So I keep going back and forth
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
this and having to remind myself that we live in abundance.
Hmm.
Everything is taken care of. All my needs are provided for. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. This is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing right
Hmm.
now. I have never had this much time to rest.
Yeah. And it's
This
almost like
is
you don't know what to do with
this
yourself because this is
this is a
weird.
this is a reward, but it also
Yeah.
should be a routine.
Hmm.
Okay, so it shouldn't be um, something that you accumulate after working your body to the bone and draining the life out of yourself. It
Yeah.
should be a routine where you can stop, pause, recuperate, replenish your energy, and get back to it without having to feel like it's painful toil. I'm like, that's what Jesus came for. I'm not toiling
Hmm.
no more, you know? Somebody
Right.
said, Jesus, why we out here working and paying bills if you pay for everything already? I'm feeling like that. I don't want to live in pain and fear and anguish and
Hmm.
stress no more. I said
Right.
soft girl life. This is where we at.
Right.
I need this to be more of a routine and not
Hmm.
like, well, now you resting.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
no, this it shouldn't have to be a season of rest. It should be in your schedule all the
Right.
time. So yeah, so hibernation.
Hibernation.
In my cup right now. What are you pouring out?
You first.
Hmm?
You go first on that one. 'Cause I
Oh,
never know
oh.
what to say for that one.
Mm, I guess I'm pouring that panic out that I was dealing with. I'll pour that out because I don't want to ever feel like that again.
Mm. Yeah.
We live in
Oh.
abundance. Period.
Hmm.
That's it. The end. End of that. This is really good. I feel like my sugar levels
Well, if you're feeling a little low,
have increased.
right?
Get you some old fashioned apple cider. My gosh.
Um, what am I pouring out? I am pouring out, man. You know what? I'm pouring out like I don't want to. Okay, tired of feeling like, hmm, what's the right word? The pushed down, doormat, right? Because there's some stuff that I do, and it's like, I'm not the person that needs accolades, center of attention. Like, I don't need that, right? But when there's ideas that are mine, or I've done something like, it's nice to have a moment, because I also know how to stay humble, right? But for some reason, I'm always like never speaking up for myself.
Mm,
Vic pointed that out to me yesterday, and he's so right, because it's like
mhm,
someone could take credit for something that I came up with, and I'll just sit there and be like, whatever, and because it's like I'm not going to have a, I'm trying to pour out that doormat
okay.
feeling and pour out that being pushed down, because I'm like Vic was saying, he's like, you always end up somehow being in the back seat and
Mm,
never in the driver's seat, when you do incredible things. So I And I don't know if it's because of that humbleness and that humility, and that's something that I was always taught. You don't want to be like certain people we know, that like to
It is. I think some of that
love
is
themselves out loud a lot.
yeah,
You know,
some of that is taught, but it's especially taught to women.
mm-hmm.
That we're supposed to be quiet and
Right.
full of grace and forgiving and all
Right.
that other crap. When somebody is mistreating you and taking credit for your ideas, you're the one in a meeting
Right.
that you can't speak up because now you're emotional.
Right.
And you're
Right.
taking it personal. And if you're my color, you're an angry Black woman if you say anything. But
Right.
where is the line?
Right.
Where is the line for speaking up for yourself and saying, hey, I'm glad we're all celebrating and we enjoyed that. That was my original idea.
Right. Yeah.
I do believe I said that in the last meeting. It's
Right.
in the notes if you go back.
Right. Yeah.
It is in the
Yeah.
notes. I'm glad you
Yeah.
felt like it was your idea. And maybe you had a very similar idea and you thought it was yours, but I said that exact
Mm-hmm.
same thing in the last
Right.
meeting and no one cared it. But
Right.
you pitch it and it's like, oh,
Oh, I know.
it's because you have something I don't have. Right? So that's a typical problem with
Yeah.
being a lady
Yeah.
and trying to be accommodating
Mm-hmm.
and helpful and
Right.
cooperative and
Mm-hmm.
non-combative.
Right. In other words, a people pleaser.
That's the extreme end of that spectrum. Yes.
That is what I'm trying. There you go. That is what I'm trying to pour out.
Okay.
Stop
All right.
being a people pleaser because
Mm-hmm.
it's exhausting.
Mm.
It is so exhausting.
Sounds like it.
But yeah.
All right. What are we not doing this month? This season.
What are we
What
not
are we
doing?
not doing this month?
It is the season for holidays, so certain people are going to be around.
Mm.
I'm gonna put some chapstick on because yeah.
Mm.
So I'm not going to engage with any negativity
Okay.
over the holidays.
I love that.
That is it.
I love that.
I just don't need it. It
love
sucks
that.
the life out of me.
Mm-hmm. I am not going to overcommit myself because I will look at my calendar and sit down for the rest of the week just because I don't like seeing stuff on my calendar. Why do I have 5 events? I think I had to do 2 things 2 days in a row, and it was like on the third day. That's
on the
it.
third day she rested.
Nothing's happening. So I'm not going to overcommit myself.
There you go. I would say the same thing, but I've already done it. So
I'm not.
I already missed out on that.
That's your lifestyle.
It is. It's bad.
To change the lifestyle.
Someday.
Okay.
Someday. Oh boy. What else we got on the agenda tonight?
Well, I mean, November has so many. We've got a heckler.
We do have a heckler always, and that's my husband. Because you are way more special than that, and you will not
see. I'll take that.
Thank you.
I'll take that.
But yes, I will take another trip. But yes, thank you. I love you.
No more trips. What are we saying?
Yeah. What are you saying? No more trips. I have a hard time with that.
I don't know what you mean.
What do you mean no more trips?
So it's a lot of things going on in the month of November, outside of Thanksgiving, and it being National Gratitude Month, epilepsy awareness. I went purple. November.
You can't see it, but it's there. The purple is in the hair somewhere.
Yeah, we can't see that. What is it?
I know. Jess and I did something a little different this time, and we didn't do the bleach. She just bleached my ends that were still anyway. Like just for 25, we reached our quota. Okay, so no more trips in 2025. Okay, good. Then
Oh,
only
okay.
a
Well, that's
month left
cool.
anyway.
It's only you can do that. That's cool.
So you're saying Jan
But
1 of
January,
2027?
but January, right? So yeah, so Movember is a thing. I'm saying Movember with an M. I'm not. I don't have a
Yes.
list. It's Movember. No shave November for the men, but
Uh-huh.
Movember focuses on men's health, suicide prevention, prostate and testicular cancer awareness. Another reason why I put on green for mental health. Um, but this is a movement that has grown from 30 men in mustaches to 5 million mustaches last year. It was 5 million mustaches since
Oh my goodness.
2003. Began as a movement to address men facing health crises that are not talked about or
Yeah.
very rarely discussed publicly. So um, that's November. But what else you got for this month?
I mean, my big thing was Epilepsy Awareness Month, obviously, because that's the most meaningful awareness to me this month.
Hmm.
And
And I kicked off the month with the podcast on the first, the
nice.
second episode of the Be the Message podcast with Queen
Woo.
Angel. We had author, USA Today best-selling author, Miss Jessica Cage, on National Authors Month.
Yes.
Sorry, National Authors Day. It was National Authors Day
Yes.
on November 1st. So they don't give us a month; they give us a day.
They give us the day.
It's a day. So I kicked off November with that. But yeah.
Nice. I love that. I love that. That you've
And if you're watching and you have any other awareness, holidays, weeks, month, celebrations, pop them in the chat. I'm sure there's something else. There's always a list.
there's always a list.
There's
Always
always a list. We
always a
pick out the
list.
things that are closest to our mission, our causes, our passions, but you might have something else for yourself.
100%.
Mhm.
And we're here for it. And we're here to talk about it and share it because it might be something we don't know, something new for us, you know? So what, so yes, gratitude month. So what are you grateful for?
Rest. As much as it terrifies me, not being active every day, I am grateful for the opportunity, time with my mom, um, that I normally would not have, time to cook, time to sit. Um, I can't begin to tell you how many shows we have been binging. Um,
Oh, really?
how many series have filtered through here. And sometimes it feels like an extremely unproductive and vegetable day. But when I have to go, the following day,
Yeah.
the following week, it's like I needed that. I needed that time.
Yeah.
I have been kicking myself um, because I haven't been in a pool. And yeah, I know it's been 50 degrees, but it's not 50 degrees in the pool. It's warmer inside.
Yeah.
But I've kind of been, hard on myself. I told you, my Zumba teacher left, and it was like,
Yeah.
um,
I'm out.
but I'm going to force myself to go see what these other teachers are doing in my regular classes. I just want to go see. I'll pop in.
Observe.
I will pop in and leave. I sit in the hallway and watch kind of music they play before I commit. But
Yeah.
but I've had time to rest and recuperate and plan a lot of things I need to plan. I need to book a bunch of flights.
Apparently.
Yeah, two flights in January need to be booked immediately. I need to book something in April. I got flights I need to book. I need to book some hotel rooms. I got places to go. I'm trying to get my wardrobe together. So I needed this time. I cannot imagine doing what I'm doing in my brain right now and managing staff
Mm,
in the office
that'd be
and
a lot.
kids, and I cannot imagine. Um, so I'm grateful for that.
Well, good.
E2.
Oh man. You know, I mean, I know it's very cliche, but I am really grateful for my immediate family, my girls, my hubby. Um, it's weird because now that Monica's been away at school and we haven't really seen her a lot this year like we did last year.
Mhm.
I say that and she's coming home tomorrow night for like a day because she needs it. She's
She always
unfortunately
come home more in the first
no,
year. The
yeah,
first year, you
the
always come
first
home
year,
more.
yeah. She's had a lot going on because she made the dance team and everything. So it's been like there's a lot of things, but and this year's just been a tough year. So
Mhm.
she's kind of going through it right now. So I'm like, why don't you come home this weekend? And so I've appreciated that more. You know, absence makes the heart grow fonder, I guess.
That's what
You
they
know,
say.
that's what they say. And then, jazz is jazz. We're at that stage right now that teenage daughter mother stage of just like button heads all the time, and it's like, what do I say? Got to walk around eggshells, and it's like, but I'm still grateful for it because I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still loving my baby.
Just waiting on my godmother appointment. One day she'll accept me.
Listen, I
One
don't know
day.
if she accepts me as her own mother sometimes. So, that's
one,
still up for debate.
one.
So anyway, but yes, I am grateful for my family. I just, you know, I'm, I'm grateful for the opportunities I'm given to do what I love to do, you
Mhm.
know, directing, coaching speech. Yes, it it drains me, but it doesn't. Like it fills my cup, but it makes me exhausted all at the same time because it's just keeping me so busy.
Mhm.
But I do it because it fills my cup because it's one of the things I love to do. If it
Mhm.
was not filling my cup, then I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, now I'm just giving you my time and I'm not receiving anything.
Mhm.
But that's the whole point of doing what I do because it just brings me a lot of joy,
Yeah.
And I know it gives me anxiety all at the same time, but it does bring me a lot of joy. It gives me anxiety because I overthink. That's it. That's my problem. I overthink and like, oh my God, and overwhelm my brain before anything actually happens. And then when it actually happens, and it's totally fine. It's like, why'd you do that to yourself?
Mhm.
Because, oh, and I'm getting the results for my neuropsych evaluation on the 20th.
Oh, it is
So
so
I
far
will.
away.
It is. It is. So
Good grief.
So I'll have some kind of results to see what's going on. But I will tell you that neuropsych evaluation was awful. Like I could see why Jasmine hates them because you feel so stupid. Like you really
Mhm.
because they can't give you any instant feedback. It's like you want the instant feed. Did I do that right? Did I say that? And she's like, you did better than you really think you did. And I'm
Mhm.
like, yes, but I need to know. I need to know.
Okay.
But I guarantee you 100%, I can probably say it right now. One of the things I will probably be diagnosed with is OCD. I could tell you that right now. And when I said that to Vic, he laughed at me. He goes, "How? Because you're a slob." And I said, "That's the
Dang,
that is the part though. I'm a slob, but I'm the slob that knows where things are when they're not in their proper spot. You know what I mean? Like them not being in where they're supposed to be is then I know where it is.
Hey,
You know.
King Eric. Thank you for popping in.
Oh, wait. Is that the same? Oh, hey, Eric. um. So yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what
Okay.
results come up, and
All right.
I'm
So we'll be checking for that on the 20th. Tell I'm gonna come back to that. I have another question. But one of the things that I was talking about on Be the Message is how people always during this season are talking about um, random acts of kindness.
Mhm.
And I wanted people to think more about intentional acts of kindness, right? And I had my first opportunity. Oh Lord,
See, I'm
Erin.
in good company right there. There you go.
I had my first opportunity to do a very small intentional act of kindness. Um, when I went to Aldi, I finally made it to Aldi on a
Did
Wednesday.
you leave the quarter in the thing for the next
I
person?
I now here's what's funny. I walked in there. I walked up to the car. I knew going in, I'm gonna leave this quarter today. Right? I knew that. And then we couldn't get the thing in the thing.
Oh
So we couldn't even get
no.
the card out. So we're fighting with the car. So while we're wrestling with the car, here comes some lady. And she was like, yeah, I had trouble with this. That's why I went to the other side, blah, blah, blah. And we're like fighting just to get the card out, not the quarter, trying to get the card out. So the card comes out and I'm trying to give her quarter. She's like, oh, no, that's fine. So I got two quarters in my
Oh
hand. And I
gosh,
was
look
like,
at
you know,
that.
I got to leave this quarter in this car. It was so funny walking in the door knowing that. But I finally got to Aldi on a Wednesday. And if you're part of the Aldi Isle of Shame Facebook group, you know I'm always looking for somebody to caw. I'm always looking for somebody to caw. And they always are looking at you like, man, what's wrong with this lady? You don't caw over here? Come on. It's the signal. It's the signal. We're in this aisle. Stuff is cheap, cheap.
Oh my goodness.
But they have so many delicious seasonal treats.
They
So
have a lot of seasonal stuff.
I happened upon the fall snacks, and my eyes were so big that I left everything there. I came home with grapes,
Oh wow.
and I had I need heavy whipping cream because you know I'm gonna bake something. I had heavy whipping cream. I had whipped cream. I had grapes, and I forget I grabbed something else. I left every morsel of candy, chocolate. Nope. I couldn't decide. It was an aisle of stuff, and I
That is
so happened to
willpower.
be there. Oh, see, thank you. I appreciate that.
See,
But I
Cal even
also
cheered you on,
happened
like,
to
you
be
go,
there
girl.
on the same day where they put the Christmas stuff out. So
Oh,
it was the
okay.
first day. And then I get all the way home and I'm reading people's posts and they're like, why were there lines to get into Aldi this morning? I'm like, lines to get into Aldi. It was the first day they put out the Christmas
Yeah,
items. So,
see. I think everybody's like ready to decorate like now for Christmas
and you
because
know what you
everybody I
should.
talk to, because
And
it's bringing people joy and we need that right now because there ain't no joy going on
and
anywhere
you
in this
know what?
world.
This is the same feeling we had in 2020 during the pandemic
Yeah.
when people started putting up their trees in November. Soon as
Mm-hmm.
Halloween was over, they're like, "Is it too early? Go do what you need to do,"
Do what
because
you
it
gotta
has been a rough year, and
do.
it has
Mm-hmm.
been a rough, especially if you're in Chicago. It's been a rough month or so with all of the stuff
Mm-hmm.
happening here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
We
wherever
actually
you can find food.
we had those people out here took one of our students in our school district's dad. It was in the news.
And then when I was talking to
He's just
Jocelyn,
coming, just coming out of Panera.
see, and she was telling me about them in Aurora. They were in
That's where they
Aurora.
got him. That's
See,
where they got
that,
him. He was on his way to work, stopped at Panera to get something,
yeah,
came out of Panera, and they grabbed him. And he's like, just
yeah.
random.
It is a very difficult season for a lot of
It
people. So
is.
if you need to put up your tree, put up your tree.
Put up your tree.
Thank
Listen to
you
the music.
to thank
Do
you
it.
to the Holiday Light 93.9 FM in Chicago. The holiday music nonstop, 24/7, no commercials.
Oh,
No, they have
that
commercials. I'm sorry.
I was
K
gonna
Love.
say.
K Love is no commercials.
Okay.
They have commercials, limited though.
Ah.
They turned on, they flipped that switch 2 days ago. So if you need holiday music, you can get it right now. If you need to put your decorations up, put them up. Whatever it is in this season that brings you joy that you
Do it.
can do right now, find it.
Absolutely. I agree. 100%.
Find it. If you need to bake
100%.
cookies at 2 in the morning, girl, bake cookies at
Make
2 in
cookies
the
2 in the
morning.
morning.
Call me. I will give you a recipe.
You're
Tell
on
me
do
what
not
ingredients
disturb
you
at
have.
10 o'clock. I already know not to
Oh,
call you
okay.
after 10 o'clock. Listen.
Well, I didn't say I was going to answer. Message me and I'll respond tomorrow.
You can
But
call, but I might not answer at 2 in the
you
morning.
can call me at 2 in the morning
Listen,
and
I'm
say, hey,
usually,
I got butter, eggs, sugar, flour. What am I making?
what am I
Give
making?
me a second. I can get you there. But whatever you
One
need
with
to
one eye
do,
looking at the phone, like,
right.
hold on.
You got cinnamon, snickerdoodles. What are we doing? You know, I can listen. This
Jasmine loves
this
snickerdoodle
is
cookies.
that same feeling that we were having in 2020 during the pandemic when people didn't know. You didn't know what was happening. People just lost their food benefits.
I know, that's ridiculous. That
Okay.
is like,
And we're not talking about just mothers and children. We're talking about
no.
veterans and
Hmm.
disabled. And come on.
Yeah, it's rough. It is so rough right now. So do what makes you happy. Put up the tree, listen to the music, whatever. Bake, like you said,
Not
bake,
just what makes you
flip,
happy, what brings you
whatever. Brings
joy.
you
I think
joy.
that's different. That's
Yeah,
there. Happy is temporary. Do what will
joy.
bring you
What bring you
joy
joy?
right
Yeah,
now. Put that tree
100%.
up, wash the car. Put that what they be putting on their cars, the bows and the Rudolph nose.
The little
Listen,
nose and the antlers.
whatever you need to do. If you want to walk around with Mickey Mouse ears, because you was there last week and didn't take your friend.
Listen,
If you want to wear your ears to work all
you
week,
know
do that.
what?
Do that. Do that. You know?
You know what? I almost did today, but I had my headphones on and a migraine, so I was like, maybe one and not both. That would suck. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yes, whatever brings you joy.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, what I was,
he brings me joy.
and that's Dale, because
Yeah,
Dale has a red nose. Chip has a chocolate chip nose, not a red nose. I learned
there you
this
go.
today. I
There
never
you
would
go.
have known it.
There you
Tell
go.
me more about the speech coaching that you're doing. That's what I was going to ask you.
Oh, I love it. So speech, aka forensics. It we're just starting into the season, and we have a team of 70 kids. It is last year we had 55. This year we have 70. It is huge. Um, and it is 14 different events, and these kids get placed in multiple events or different events. I'm mostly coaching the acting events, so like the dramatic interpretations, the duo dramatic acting. I'll coach the humorous duet acting. I have been coaching poetry because I love poetry, and when I judge it, I'm very particular on how I want the poetry read. And I feel like I'm one of the few judges that judges poetry correctly, to be honest with you. Because poetry shouldn't be spoken like you're reading out of a storybook. Poetry needs, you
Now,
know
are we
this.
talking about the National Christian Forensics and Communications Association speech
No,
competition?
no,
Is that what you're talking about? Are these
you?
kids going to that?
No,
Okay. Because you
no.
said forensics, and these categories that you're
Yes.
naming are the
Well,
same
that's
categories that they
yes,
do at that
because
competition.
because
I have
it's speech in general. Speech and forensics are the same
okay.
thing.
I have
But
judged
yeah,
as a community judge um, that competition. I think that the last time I judged, it was out in where's the racetrack? Arlington.
Arlington Heights.
Yeah, it was
Well,
out.
now
It
it's
was
gonna
out
be the future home of Soldier Field. But
there.
yes, so stupid.
It was out that way. It was out that way. It was out of high school out
Hmm.
there. What's funny about this conversation is that I had been waiting until November 1st when they would release the new schedule
Hmm.
um, for the season so I can sign up as a judge to go somewhere. And then
Mm.
November 1st came and went. And I didn't think about it again until you just started talking about speech. And I'm like, I was supposed
You're
to
like,
do
wait a
something at
minute.
church. I was supposed to do something. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I had the honor of being a community judge for the day, and I don't know what made me give them the whole day, but I was
'Cause
there
it
at
is
like
a long day.
6:45 in the morning, and
Yep.
I didn't leave until after 9 p.m.
Yep.
And I was walking around in a crown and sash and some
Now.
heels. And at some point, I put my flats on and decided I'm gonna carry the crown. I'm not going to wear it on my head.
Well, and then and it depends on the tournament too, because some
Hmm.
tournaments they still using paper ballots, but most of the
Hmm.
tournaments have gone electronic, which makes
Yeah,
things go a heck of a lot faster.
it
But we
was
still have
it
a
was
couple of
paper when I
tournaments
was
that it's
there.
paper, and that takes four.
It was paper when I was there. And
Yeah,
I think the last 2 or 3 rounds, they needed more people. And I was like, okay, fine. I'm already here. I'm already here. It's already 6:45, 7 o'clock.
yeah,
Fine. And
yeah.
I stayed for the last couple of rounds. But it was the most amazing. And I'm saying this because I want other people to hear it. If you ever get the opportunity to be a community judge for this particular tournament, those were the most amazing young people I've ever heard speak in my life.
Hmm.
And I've been in pageantry
Hmm.
and ambassador programs. I have never heard people more uh, talented
Yeah,
in their presentations. Um, and they can read the room, because they walk in, they walk in and they see the panel of judges. First of all, it probably was 5 people that were my color the whole day I was there, right? And
really
then
interesting.
yeah, it was interesting. And then you walk in and I'm sitting there in the crown and they're like, oh, not intimidated at all.
No, not at all.
Not intimidated at all. There was one group that was like, and who are you? That's like, don't
Yeah,
question me. Get to it. Get to
yeah.
it. But it
But
was an
yeah,
amazing
these
experience.
kids, it is, and some of these kids, like just in general, the tournaments I've been to and I sat and judge, it's like they work hard, and you could tell.
Mhm.
You could tell the kids that are committed and are practicing and rehearsing and whatever, coaching every day, and then you could tell the kids that are like
Just there.
involved in so many other activities that maybe they have a second to look over their stuff. You know what I mean? And um it's amazing
I think
because
debates was my favorite.
yes, and they're not together. I mean, they're together, but they're not together. So it's like because we're part of, I think, speech and debate national, blah blah blah. But they're two different things. So debate has their own tournaments because Monica did debate for 4 years. They're only once a month, usually the last Saturday of the month, and then speech is every Saturday.
Yeah.
And yes, it starts like we meet at the school usually at like 6:30, 6:45 in the morning, get to where we need to go, and then we're there until it's over. Thankfully, most of the tournaments we go to use electronic ballots, so it makes it go faster. So then sometimes we're out of there by like
I am looking
4 or 5 o'clock.
forward to that upgrade next time
Yeah, but
because
not
that's going to
everybody.
practice for a
Not
while.
everybody has switched
Yeah.
that because we still have a couple that they still use the paper ballots because they're such big tournaments.
Mhm.
Like when we go to Downers Grove South,
Yeah.
that's a 2-day tournament and it's all paper. I mean, last year, it's a Friday, Saturday tournament. So we got there Friday, like we left probably before the last block of classes.
Mm.
And then got to, you know what? My dog wants to get in on this conversation.
Hilarious. I'm so glad my
Swear to
fish
God, they're
doesn't
starting
talk.
to see their own reflections. But we got there, and these kids, so we got to the hotel. Girl, you get on my last nerve. We got to the hotel. They had to change into their suits, and then we started at a tournament right away. First round of
Mm.
tournament. We didn't leave there till like 10 o'clock at night, and it
Yeah.
started at like
When I left, it
6.
was it was well after 9 when I left.
I was
That
like,
was,
listen.
that was interesting.
And then we had to be up at 6:30 the next morning. I'm like, I want to go to bed. I want to sleep.
Yeah. But I got a chance to judge speeches, one-on-one debates. It was teams of two. It was panels.
Yeah.
Apologetics was amazing. There were folks that had um, visual visual arts, the visual projects, and it was so much. It was so much happening. But it was a beautiful experience, and I am excited to go back. Hmm. Hmm. Now, where did you go, ma'am? Well, I'm hoping that the dogs have not taken her. Oh, there you go. She's
I'm
back.
back.
Like, have the dogs taken you? I
No,
hope
I just
not.
had to
I hope
silence
not.
them. Not in a bad way, you guys. Don't worry. I'm not.
Mm-mm.
Don't get PETA coming after me. I love my dogs, but there's a time and a place for barking, and it's not now.
Hey, they know, all they know is that people are talking and they want to be a part of the conversation.
Well, listen, not tonight. I
Now, how
got
did
I got
you
a headache going on. I don't need that.
how did you get involved with that? Is that through work, through the school, or is
Yeah.
that volunteer?
No, it was through the school. Our head coach was looking for an assistant coach, and I put in for it. And that's the thing. We have so many kids. Like, we only have 4 adult coaches, but we also let members of the team who've been on the team a long time. They're like, we do a big and little thing. So we have our set of bigs who then have their littles that they coach, and it's usually the newer JV novice, so you got varsity kind of coaching the younger ones, and then the bigs will come to us and we'll
Mhm.
coach. Well, I mean, we'll coach anybody, obviously, if they want, because we have a schedule, we have whatever. But yeah, I got into it last year. It was an open spot. I put in for it, and it's paid, which is nice. So it's not a volunteer gig, because for the amount of time that gets put into it, it would be a lot of that'd be a lot of volunteering. But it's all good. I enjoy it. Again, it fills my cup.
Good. I'm
So
glad.
brings me joy.
Good.
And you know what the rewarding part of it is?
What?
Most of these kids I then get to work with in the musical in the spring. And then they will tell me, like, they said some really awesome things at the end of last season, and like to the point where they're like, you're like my safe, like, consider me a safe space. And I started crying, because I'm like, that's all I ever want to be for teenagers, is a safe space, because a lot of them don't have that.
Hmm.
So again, why it brings me joy and fills my cup, because
Excellent.
doing good.
Right.
You are. So
Hmm.
what do we have on the agenda next? We're at that point of
Is there
tips.
anything? Is there anything that you wanted to share about epilepsy awareness before we give them our self-care tip for the evening and sign off?
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, epilepsy awareness. So I feel like the programming is going to be coming under fire a lot, like with the government, like federally, with funding and stuff. I know the Epilepsy Foundation of Chicago, they touched on it. And so they do so many great things for families. They have case managers, they have resources available for families. Hmm. They have dogs barking in the background. um, but it's all free services for these families. Like, these families don't get charged for counseling service, for anything like that.
Did you just
God,
throw something?
I threw my pen at her. I'm like, stop barking. She didn't even feel it. She's like, what? Martha's probably on the other end of this, like, oh my
I
gosh,
know.
what are you doing to those poor dogs? Don't worry, they're fine. but yes, so the Epilepsy Foundation provides all of these services for free: counseling, um, therapy, activities, and when those funds run out, and they count on some federal funding as well.
Mhm.
And with a lot of these programs getting cut, and it's sad, especially I'm wearing my Lurie Children's shirt, by the way. And
Awesome.
they also were threatened. I will say, I feel like that they were threatened with having to stop providing certain services
Mm.
to not lose federal funding. And I think it's very sad. I think a lot of these children's hospitals got the short end of the stick on a lot of this, and it's sad when you for humanity in general, but especially when you go after kids, And then we got to talk about the Department of Education
Mhm.
and how the special ed department. And I work in, I mean, what my job is working with special ed pretty much, you know what I mean? So, yeah. And epilepsy is the Epilepsy Foundation, just they're still going to power through. They're still going to do the thing, and it's a thing, guys. Just like support your local charities for sure. Support. I mean, there's so many charities to support, and I just feel like this month, especially being Epilepsy Awareness Month, take a look, go to their website, look at all the wonderful things they do for these kids and adults, because it's not just kids who have epilepsy, adults have epilepsy too.
Mhm.
There's some people who don't get diagnosed till they're 18 because they don't have their first seizure till they're like 17 or 18 years old.
Mhm.
So, um,
Yeah.
it's a thing. But
Yeah. I have a friend who her last name was Simmons before she got married.
no
But yeah,
relation.
I have no relation, but I had a friend who uh, struggled with epilepsy, and I don't think prior to knowing her and knowing her challenges, I had never met anybody or um, known anyone that was affected by the condition. So that was interesting. That was an interesting experience to learn about. And she was a teacher, so even
Yeah.
thinking about having to work full time and
Yeah.
not knowing, when you're going to need assistance and not
It's
being able
true.
to do certain things, not being able to cook at home by yourself,
Hmm.
it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But we had
Yeah.
a
I
group
mean,
from
driving restrictions too.
driving restrict. Absolutely, we had a group from Revolutionary Pageant System that went to Capitol Hill last month um, for Advocacy Day, and they got a chance to fight for some invisible illness,
Hmm.
and talk to some of those bills, mainly for the Psoriasis Foundation,
Hmm.
but just shedding light on invisible illness, chronic illness that you can't
Hmm.
see. People love to say you don't look like you're sick, you don't look
Exactly.
sick,
Right.
but I know so many people in the lupus community who struggle with that you don't look sick,
Right.
it's something that they hear often.
Hmm.
But I know firsthand watching people take 25 pills a day
Yeah.
just to manage lupus, just to manage their health. I have friends with sickle cell. I have friends with
Hmm.
um, Crohn's. I have friends with Huntington.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
so many different things that you wouldn't
Hmm.
know
Right.
unless they told you.
Right.
And for people to treat you as if there's nothing wrong. I remember hearing this story, and I do believe this person had lupus, but she parked in the handicap spot in the parking lot, and the
Hmm.
police were riding around, and they were trying to put a ticket on her car. Because you don't, they saw you park and walk out of your
Right.
car. You don't look like you're sick.
Right.
I have a sticker and my
Right.
plate is registered. And why are you
Right.
giving me a ticket? You know, and it's, what kind of
Mm-hmm.
discrimination is that?
Right. Right. Exactly. And that, and I think that's a lot of the reason why, as Jasmine has gotten older, she's almost become, I don't want to say embarrassed or ashamed of the fact that she has epilepsy, but she does not want people to know
Wow.
because she doesn't want that to then become her identity.
Mm,
And I think that's a struggle that a lot of people, especially in this, especially teen girls, teens in general, because they're already going through weird
yes.
things. But and I always tell her, I'm like, it doesn't define who you are as a person. It's just a part of who you are,
Yeah.
and trying to get that to process. It's
Hmm.
hard. It's hard to
And
get them to
it's the
understand that.
same with some teens that were in our program who had asthma,
Hmm.
who had um, diabetes.
Hmm.
Okay, because now you have to manage that in front of people. You know, now
Right.
you have to change your diet in front of people. Now, if you get
Right.
dehydrated, everybody knows. You
Right.
know, because you're getting sick. So, especially if you're an athlete
Right.
dealing with diabetes or hydration or stress or IBS. You
Hmm.
know, we had a student with IBS, but so many different challenges when other people know, and then if you have teachers who are insensitive, you know,
Right.
because consider someone with IBS needing to go to the washroom 4 or 5
Hmm.
times during class.
And so that's a lot of that directly correlates with what my job is as a 504 coordinator. So
Hmm.
students that have conditions like that, like epilepsy, like IBS, like Crohn's and diabetes, all of that, even kids with ADHD, anxiety and depression, like anything like that will fall under the category of 504. And so then they get accommodations.
Hmm.
And sometimes, and the teachers will know this because they're made aware. And sometimes these teachers are not, like you said, very
They're not
sensitive to that.
sensitive,
And
very
it's like,
insensitive.
you're not supposed to announce it to the whole classroom. You
And
know what I mean?
I
Like,
have seen it and
yeah,
heard it for myself.
yeah,
You know, how many times you need to go to the bathroom? You know, you don't have to go
yeah,
that many times. Until now they're making fun
yeah,
of the kids.
yeah,
You know, when it's supposed to be discreet and they should
right,
be able to come up to you and say, I need to go. And anytime and that was the first thing I was told, even taking over the program, even when I was teaching, before I was managing, whenever he needs to go, let him go.
yeah.
Okay,
No
this
questions
his
asked.
chart,
Just
blah
let
blah
them
blah.
go.
No question. If he says he has to go, it doesn't matter how many times, let him go, because it
Right,
could be a big problem if you
right,
don't let him go.
right.
Whenever he needs to go, let him go.
Yeah,
You know, but his friends just see that he gets to keep going out of the class.
right,
So why does he get to go? Can I go too? No, you can't go. Why he get to go? You know, so now it looks like
right.
favoritism.
Yeah,
So at some point, people start talking about,
yeah.
what's wrong with him
Right,
versus,
right,
what condition he might have.
right.
You know, I had asthma pumps in baggies with names on them.
Mhm.
You know, I couldn't administer it, but you can come up and get it, So
Right.
it
Yeah.
was, yeah, these are not things that you can hide in a classroom every
Right.
day. But these are things we have to be so sensitive to, because
Right.
then it turns into what it can turn into is young people not managing their health properly,
Right.
not taking care of themselves properly because they don't want to be embarrassed or singled out or
Right.
humiliated or bullied because their friends see them um, take. Somebody told me, my friends thought I was shooting up because I was taking insulin.
Oh boy.
You doing what now? I don't want to be shooting up in the bathroom. Baby, okay, come to my office. If you need to do
Yeah.
that, come to my
Yeah.
office. Knock on my door. I know it's not
Yeah.
time for after
Yeah.
school program. Just stop
Right.
by if you need to do. My
Yeah.
gosh, you can't
Yeah.
even take your insulin in the
No.
bathroom?
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough, especially like you said when it doesn't look like anything on the outside,
Hmm.
you
So
know.
how do we actually accommodate our kids with special needs. They're supposed to have special accommodations, but we're not accommodating them. We're humiliating them instead.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then they're not going to take care of their health. So you can't explain to your friends why you have to drink water instead of pop
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want to be dehydrated because you can't have so much sugar
Right.
because you have to manage, your insulin levels. You can't you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to explain that, so you just eat and drink what everybody else is eating and drinking, and
Right.
then you pass out in the hallway.
Right.
That's not helpful.
Mm-mm.
That's not helpful. But we have not been a culture that is accommodating, that is empathetic, that is
Mm-hmm.
genuinely concerned about somebody else's well-being. We have not
Right.
taught that. We have not demonstrated that for certain. So
Mm-hmm.
if the young people have not seen it, how can they?
Right. Right.
You can't mirror that.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
yeah. But that's all I really have about epilepsy. I mean, you know
That was a
me.
lot.
I could talk about it all night because,
Yeah,
but
that's-
I mean, yeah.
yeah. Well, we talked about National Gratitude Month. We talked about November. We touched on November,
We
but
touched on, yeah.
yeah,
But I
we
mean,
had
we
a
talked
whole
about a
show.
lot.
Go back and
Yeah.
watch last November. Yeah, it's a whole show about November and men's mental health and suicide
Mhm.
prevention, testicular cancer, prostate cancer awareness. Go back and watch last November's show. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, this was good. It was a good. We needed to decompress today,
We did a
and that's fine.
smorgasbord of, we did a buffet, if you will, of
A
topics
buffet,
tonight,
if you
y'all. We
will.
did a buffet, if you will. Holiday buffet.
Perfectly fine. But guess what? You get to see us next We're back in December. You get to see us next
Yay.
one. We are not taking December off.
We're not.
Maurice, no. We'll be back in December to
We'll be
talk about
back.
seasonal stress, holiday
Yes.
stress, seasonal affective. Is it affective disorder? Seasonal affective
Yes.
disorder. Yeah, we got quite a few things we can talk about.
Yes.
Also, National Grief Awareness Week is in December. So yeah, it'll be a lot to chat
Yes.
about in December. We'll keep it festive. I'm gonna have Coco. Listen, I might surprise you, but um,
So we're not doing tea
I don't
um
know. We
in
we I
December.
don't know. I don't know. I still have some gingerbread tea and
Oh,
some
there you go.
cranberry tea. I have some holiday teas. I might save my cocoa for my show, but yeah, we can do something different. But we are glad
Okay.
you spent this hour and change with us,
Yes.
and we hope you got something out of it. If nothing else, what you're not gonna do next month. Um, Tips. What's your tip? Let me find one on my shirt.
Oh,
Self
there you
care
go.
tip. Self
There
care
you go. Let's
tips.
just read off your shirt. There's all the self-care tips
Self
right there.
care tips. I gave you all the first line. Let's see. F was fidget toys. G was grounding exercises. H, hug a loved one or a pillow. I, ignore negative people. Chrissy's gonna practice that for the
I'm
holidays.
gonna try to, yes.
J, what is J? Journal. Journal for J. Kindness to yourself and others was K. Listen to music. Make a gratitude list. We kind of did that earlier. Enjoy
Hmm.
nature. I've been doing that all month. Open up to friends or family. Okay. Um, practice mindfulness or meditation. Question negative thoughts. This is impressive because I'm reading upside down. I need y'all to know that.
I know. I was like, wow.
Run, walk, or jog. That's because I'm nosy. If I could read upside down, you already know I can see what you're saying over there. Squeeze a stress ball. Take a break. Okay, we had to you.
Take a break.
Use positive affirmations. What? Visualize a peaceful place. Challenging myself here. Watch a movie or TV show. I'm gonna do that when I get off of here.
It's on that.
Exercise, yoga, get enough Z's. You have
Okay, there's your list.
alphabet of
So
the alphabet of
in
tips.
alphabetical order,
The
tips.
alphabet of tips. Coping skills alphabet. I love this shirt.
Mhm.
And I love the tips. And you pick one of the 26
There's plenty to
to
choose from.
try this month for yourself. We
One,
hope you
two,
have an
whatever.
amazing, and I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving holiday.
Yes.
Find a reason to do an intentional act of gratitude, an intentional act of kindness, right? Intentional act of kindness.
Intentional. Yes.
What is going to be yours? I left my quarter in the cart at Aldi
There you go.
yesterday. Purposely, I walked in knowing I was excited. I knew I was going to leave that quarter. What else can you do? Are you gonna
What
pay it
else?
forward? You gonna pay for somebody's order behind you? I don't know. People do that. People do that often. That's easy. You know, what's
Yeah.
how much they order? You better ask first. There's a tip.
You
Ask
know,
first.
I will say this.
How much is it?
I forgot where I was. I forgot where I was, and this gentleman wanted to buy a drink, and he was in front of me, and he thought that I for something with the pricing. He thought it was a different price, and he was giving cash, and the cashier's like, "Oh, if you want to do that, it's like another." I don't know, it was like 50 cents or 6 cents, whatever. And he was like an older gentleman, and he was just like, I felt bad. He was so confused, and I was like, here, take my here. I had $1. I never have cash on me. Never. Ask anybody who knows me. I never have cash. I had $1 in my wallet. So I'm like, well, this is what it was supposed to be used for. And I paid for him to be able to have that drink that he wanted to have. So
Good.
this was probably a couple months ago, but you talking about intentional kindness, and that came to my head. But literally, I do stuff. I don't expect anything to return. I think because I'm a karma person, I believe in good karma. If they put good into out the universe, good will come back to you.
Yeah.
You put negative is going to come back to you. So I'm very much a karma person, and this nice positive energies and stuff. So.
In addition to these 26 tips, I'll give you another challenge since we talked about people losing their SNAP benefits this month. If you have the time, make the time. Clean out your cabinet. What is it that you have that you're not eating? Canned goods, boxed goods, non-perishable.
Ooh, bless you. God bless you. Ooh, bless you. It said old-fashioned apple cider. It's getting to you. Bless you.
More. Do it. Thank you.
That creamy delight is going right to your nose.
If you have non-perishable items that you can spare, there are plenty of places that are distributing food for this month. Check the Mentali-Tea page. There's a list. Yeah. Ooh, Chicagoland area. There's a list for those that are needing that need to pick up food. But if you have food, find somewhere to drop it off. Those same places on that list that are giving it out will be accepting donations as well. So.
And I will throw a bless you, and I will come over the top on that one and say, next time you're at the grocery store, like let's say if you shop at Jewel or whatever, and they at this time of year they're collecting funds for food pantries or food deposit or feed a family or whatever, even if it's just $1 or $2, whatever you can give, it adds up. You know, sometimes you could feed a whole family for like $50. If you can't do $50, then that's fine. Whatever you can give, because I know a lot of people will say, do you want to donate? Or the cashiers will be like, do you want to? And people are like, no, I'm good.
Right.
I do it regardless. It's $1. It's not that, you know what I mean? I know money's tight for everybody right now. I get that. But $1 will make a difference for those who don't have any money, zero money.
I think Aldi even had a $40 Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah,
that was in the bag that you can purchase or maybe purchase, and I think for somebody.
Walmart too.
Where you can just buy the bag or pay for the bag to give to somebody. Yeah, it's so many ways we can help.
Yeah,
so many ways we can help, but start with your kitchen because you know it's some stuff. And make sure it hasn't expired. Don't give away nothing that's expired
or dented cans.
Or dented cans. Nobody wants
botulism.
But
No.
if you have some things that you're not going to use for the holidays, you're not, you ain't cooking, you ain't cooked, you ain't cooked all month. You might cook for Thanksgiving, but you're not making that. Give
Yeah.
that food away to somebody
Yeah.
who needs it, and hopefully, this will be resolved before the year is out, before the month is out. We would love to
I
see
hope.
changes, but we want to make sure people can eat. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you can find somewhere to serve, I'm definitely going to be looking for somewhere to serve meals for the holidays. So find somewhere you can serve, take some donations, purchase a
Mm-hmm.
bag in the store, make, round up your change, whatever you can do, all of it helps. It's
Yeah.
nothing is too small. Nothing
Agreed.
is too small.
Agreed. Agreed.
All right.
On that note,
On
thank
that
you
note,
for those of y'all that joined us and sticking it out and commenting. Thank you. If you are catching the replay, thank you. And Yogi, we're still waiting for you to sponsor us. And 93.9, I mean, we dropped you a couple times. Holiday Light, we'd be okay
they
with your
dropped holiday
um,
music dropped 2 days ago.
yes. So just remember, y'all, do what brings you joy. Do what brings you joy.
Put your decorations up. Go
Yep,
and put the tree up. Go ahead. Got our
exactly.
permission. Got
All
our
right, y'all.
permission.
We'll see you next month. Love you. Bye.